It's the windows. It's the windows.
I have a question for you. Or
I have an answer for you.
I get Gail, someone. No idea.
Yeah.
So I have a suggestion for one, vet them or get an affiliation with someone.
Yeah, I learned that lesson last year. It gets really cold in the winter here. I wear, well, a lot because I've been through it. Yeah, and I have a space heater under my desk. Yeah.
Deep dive. I'll do that. I actually did a deep dive into all the AI tools and when to use them. Like if you have an investor, this is a great tool. If you have a seller, this is a great tool. All those things. So I did that. I can put that and lead sources together and just I get health insurance and then somebody's trying to give me $68,000. They will not stop.
Oh, yeah, I did the, underwriting you for this money.
Catherine Wells, she called me 5 minutes ago.
Did you update your phone? I was like, Lindsay, there's a new thing on the iPhone, that if you update, it has a screener, so it screens your phone. Yeah, it screens any call that's not made. Yeah.
It's awful.
Will's flirting with the boss lady now. You gotta be careful. You're sitting in arm's reach of the new broker over there. She'll slap you.
Look at her face.
Way to blow. I have a whole dance routine.
You're gonna
planned
watch the
out.
recording.
I just don't get it.
Gender reveal. I'll tell you what the kid.
Yes. God knows she's having a girl face. That's why I'm here.
Oh, she's having a girl.
Oh my God.
He was like,
That's good. He's just excited, Maddie.
Last week.
No, you're ALC, so you're in the know of things.
Oh, that's funny, because not everything that's.
Except for the things I don't want you to know.
Exactly. There you go.
You're in the know.
Exactly, there you go.
You're in the know-ish. Ish. Uh-huh. He's gonna be here. In person. Which, we need some more humans in here. We went to the party last night.
So, yeah, do you remember?
I do, look. I was feeling good. I will admit, I had 3 glasses of wine and mommy was having a blast, so. I had 3, I stopped on 3. After you said something, I was like, oh wait, that's 3, I better stop. No, it was fun. Thank you, Kendall, as you should. Thank you. And I did eat, so I ate and drank, so you know exactly when to stop. Well, I don't, yeah. It was fun. Thank you. We certainly are. We know how. And you knew what happened. Yes. Plus
I don't-
Mark
I don't
was
have that
driving,
off button.
so I had
I don't
a
have that off
designated driver.
I don't have the off button at all.
Awesome stuff.
Son never reached out. I have it.
That's something. That's interesting. Welcome, friends. Welcome, friends. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I've never seen it before.
What?
The big black box on the ground that was just out. Oh, it was right here.
Oh.
So I didn't know
They were
that.
just trying to trick you.
Hi, welcome. It was fun seeing you guys last night. Hey, speaking of seeing somebody last night, we saw somebody else last night. Glad you're here. You want to jump in right off the bat so you don't have to hang out with our ordinary humans all day? Kidding. 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 Miss Mary, I missed you. Were you there last night? I didn't see you. Okay. We missed you. We did have a good time. We did have a good time. Hi, Celeste. Good to see ya. I know. Well, you could tell. It's the day after the party. Let's not.
Four and blue and they have a different haircut.
It's warm in here. We feel good in here.
Maybe the same clothes she wore last night.
See? All right, let's jump in. We got some December birthdays. What is today's date? The 9th. So Brooke has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Brooke. Make sure you say happy birthday to these humans when you see them. Not a lot of people born in December. What? Hey. December newcomers. Woohoo! Welcome to the new humans in our world. If you're new, there you go. So these are for new. This is November. That makes sense. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Fireside chat. Peter, go.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Reason why I can't feel my lump that mouth. It's where the wind's at.
You guys put a lot of pressure on. So I was on a Zoom mastermind with Gary. He has several different masterminds, and it's interesting. This one was about lead generation and some kind of newer forms. Start with an old one. I believe it's old at this point, which is social media. And full disclosure, I'm not an expert in social media, right? My business was built before social media was an integral part of success. I have used social media very strategically when it comes to like recruiting and stuff. But he said something that really made sense to me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. He said, we are in an influencer economy, right? More than 50% of all advertising dollars are now spent on influencers versus in traditional media. That's a really big deal. And he said, so if we are in an influencer economy and we want to generate more business on social media, we need to be influencers. But here's what he said. There's two kinds of influencers. There are macro influencers, which is who we think about, people that have 100,000 followers and are generating business from strangers. But there's also the idea of micro influencers. And the micro influencer is where you don't have to influence everybody. You just have to influence a small group of people on social media. We as real estate agents in this room, we are all micro influencers. I want to say this. Who is our target market? As micro influencers, what is our target market? What is that small number of people that we are trying to influence? Our database. Our database. That is really all we need to be influencing. So if you think about a traditional so-called 36 touch program, which is marketing and communicating with your sphere in various ways, that was published before the advent of social media, right? Okay. Well, you still need to be able to reach your sphere through different forms of media with different messages on a consistent basis, right? So I still believe postcards is like the most underrated, most powerful way to connect with your sphere because nobody gets junk mail anymore, so they actually look at their stuff. I think the next most powerful and more cost effective is a monthly email. I've been here before and showed you exactly how to lay out that email. And then I think social media probably is number 3 in conjunction with calling. So if you think about Sphere and you think about social media and messaging, our job to influence our job as micro influencers is not to sell real estate. Our job as micro influencers is to earn and maintain trust. That's right, it's the heart. Because trust is actually what we sell, whether you're in mortgage or whether you're in real estate sales. People are entrusting their most expensive transaction. It's the vast majority of human experience. This is the most expensive transaction. And so they have to trust you. Okay? Well, trust takes 2 forms. You have to earn somebody's personal trust and you have to earn their professional trust. Personal trust is, does William care about me? Right? Professional trust is, can William handle my biggest financial transaction? You got to win both of those forms of trust before you earn somebody's business, right? Some of us gravitate too much towards professional trust. That was always my handicap because I hammered so hard on like this market statistics and outperforming the market. I sometimes lost business because I didn't lead with my heart in those conversations. And some of us are all heart and no professional, and we'll also lose deals because people love us but don't know if they can trust us with the deal, right? It's got to be both. So when you think about what is my social media strategy, because I don't know about you guys, but when I think about, okay, I have to use social media to generate business, it can like shut me down because I don't know what to do and I feel like I have a couple 100,000 followers. But I think, okay, if I only need to influence wherever my sphere is, maybe they're on Facebook if you're my age, maybe they're Instagram, maybe they're TikTok if you're younger, wherever they are, that's where I got to show up. And I might post need to do 2 things. One, earn their personal trust / connect as a human. And the second one is earn or maintain their trust as a sales professional in this space. Does that make sense? You need to do both. And I think that if you really want to do social media right, you got to do a couple things. And I'm, again, no expert, but I think there are some things that are true. One is it has to be authentic because all of us have highly sensitive bullshit detectors in the world of new media, right? There's a lot of posturing going on in the media and people see right through it. The second one is, so number 1, I would say is be authentic. And then the second one I would say is be yourself. There has to be that human thing. But then also when you're doing real estate stuff, sometimes we fall into the trap of real estate as entertainment. And that can be some of the posts, like where you take a picture of a person that's got shag carpet on their toilet seat, like that's funny. And it reminds people that in real estate, but it's mostly entertainment. There's no trust there. What do you know about real estate? And what can people learn from you about real estate in some of your posts? So there has to be a component of competency in some of your real estate posts. Now, I'm structured and weird and analytical in how I think, but I would think about, okay, what's the minimum number of posts I can commit to per week or per month, and what's the blend? What's the ratio of personal and entertainment and professional, so that it is an authentic experience, and but I am continuing to earn and maintain and grow trust with my micro influencer group. Does that make sense? Yep. I'd also say if I have that initial group, my sphere, kind of connected with me on social media, and I wanted to take it one level further, I would pick 1, maybe 2 avatars of people you don't know that you would like to work with as a client. Really flesh out who they are, what their pain points are, what they're interested in. And then, what's that?
I've said that.
You have, and then just communicate with that one avatar in a way that's meaningful to them. And I think that's what micro-influencing is all about. And I think that that's really, if all of us want to move the needle quickly with social media and not feel like we're wasting our time, which I think absolutely happens, that's the way I would approach it as a strategy. Does that make sense?
It does.
The only other thing I would say about social media, again, not being an expert, is who's going to family reunion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
I'm hoping
It's
to
in
win.
Atlanta, you guys, you gotta go.
You already went, so just go.
No, I'm in a contest.
Oh,
Me and William
oh, I love competition.
You haven't seen that? You haven't seen the post?
What is it?
It's the listing for December.
Whoever takes the most listings gets a ticket to family
Well,
reunion.
not, no, it's a drawing, yes, it's a drawing.
It's a whole day.
It's a whole day.
Okay, well, if that doesn't work out, buy a ticket.
There you go.
And if you're just getting started in your career, you don't have a ton of money to spend or something like that, first time ever, they're offering an exclusive digital version of family reunion. The reason why I think it's important is Gary, for the first time ever, is spending an entire day on a new idea called social media con. And he has some people that I don't really recognize that are a big deal in that world, including Gary V. That is a huge, huge, huge deal. And so, well, it's okay. I that's my people. So I'm good with that, Gary person. And family reunion is powerful in, it's actually funny. I think part of the Chabris Group's success is grounded in me going to family reunion and going, oh shit, I'm thinking too small about life. And business can be so much bigger than I ever thought it could be. And I've been playing small for too long in my life. So family reunion will stretch your thinking. Family reunion with the people on stage are phenomenal. They'll fire you up. They'll get you excited. They'll give you clarity on what you're doing with your life. And the breakout sessions are phenomenal. And they're all standing remotely because there's so much content in these things. In addition to that, sometimes the things you learn happen at the bar. At the end of the day, networking with other agents, just talking about how they do their business. It's like lightning flash after lightning flash. So I'm a big proponent of family reunion. I probably did it to about 15 at this point in time. And I still go back. If you can't do that, register for digital. I think it's $200, which is dirt cheap. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And if you work part-time and you can't do all of it, just pay $200 and attend the digital experience on Sunday where they're talking just about social media. It's the most cost-effective lead gen, besides the telephone, that you guys can employ in your businesses. 22nd, 23rd, 21st is like inspirational breakfast and like first time to family reunion. But like the real meat starts on Sunday. With
Sunday through Monday.
Tuesday, 3 full days. If you search if you search family reunion 2026 agenda, it'll tell you exactly what's going on today online. Yep. You can come down with you.
Well, I think the fact that travel is going to be so easy and cheaper.
Yeah, it's so close. You could road trip.
You could road trip.
You could road trip
Well,
to
you have
Atlanta.
family and it's nothing. I have family in Atlanta, so that's nothing.
Well, you should definitely come with you then. Did you have a question? Or are you stretching?
So it's 3 full days.
It's 3 full days. It used to be a week and they made it shorter.
But last year, social media day.
I believe it's Sunday, but you can check the website.
But they've never done that.
Yeah,
This is
that's
the
new.
First year they're doing this, so that's good.
So Gary, you speaking on something?
Gary V is speaking. I think he's co-hosting with Gary. I believe. I could be wrong.
There's so much good time, right?
Please?
You'll also be
Is
there.
that the- yeah. Yeah, if you want to go to the CEO Summit, that's Sunday. That's the thing that, or Saturday, that's on Saturday if you want to. go.
Saturday. Oh, the social thing?
The CEO Summit, which is extra, that's on Saturday. That's pretty cool. You should check that out.
I went.
Oh, okay.
They had it at,
Good.
they did it.
Yeah, they do, I think. Okay. Questions, comments, thoughts, anxieties, concerns? Yeah.
We talked about.
Yeah.
Explain to the old guy.
Yeah.
Avatar,
I know I've heard before that.
it's marketing jargon and Chad's gonna explain it to you.
It's who you want to do business with. It's not a like physical form avatar. Like that it's a representation of, and I taught this in my first buyer's class when I did that you write down, I did it when I first started, and I wrote down the name, what he looked like, who he was, what he drove, what he wore, all the way to what kind of house or a condo or whatever he wants to do. And then now, because it's 5 years since I've been in the business, you can take that criteria and put it in ChatGPT and say, I'm an expert real estate agent. How do I sell real estate to this person? And it will tell you their problems, like what.
Oh, it's a description of your ideal client.
Exactly. It's not. It's just an avatar. It's
I was
a new
gonna say
word.
that.
Yeah. No. That's exactly what it is. But some people just do it in like expansive ways, right? Where it's like I want to help a couple or I want to help this. The more you gear down.
I have
you know,
my name, her name's
Yeah,
Rebecca,
I
I
have-
know everything about her life.
Mine was Chris.
Yeah, so I know Rebecca was having kids and now
When
she's
she
an
bought her
empty
first
nester.
house. When
She's grown up with me.
and it's just a way to market. It's like when you're making content,
Thank you, Rebecca.
you're marketing towards that persona that is broader than just that one person.
Yeah, Randy.
Yeah, one thing outside what you spoke to, I'm just kind of curious what you're seeing out as far as the market goes on the shift. You know, a lot of homes staying on the market for a long time. You're putting in the less of. Are you shifting more to more your buyers agents? Take advantage of these houses staying on the market.
Yeah. Are you doing, I don't want to steal your thunder from doing market stats.
Nope, you're good.
Well, first of all, let's recognize the truth, right? In 2022, there were 6 million transactions. And then in December, they started raising interest rates when inflation got high, right? So 23, 24, now 25, it's contracted from 6 million transactions a year to 4 million transactions a year. So all of us got punched in the gut about 3 years ago. And this is a hard market to function. We're in our third year of this, right? It's kind of a slog at this point. So if y'all feel like it's a struggle, the struggle is real. It's okay to recognize that this is difficult. Probably about 3 months ago, we finally kind of hit the headwind also, and we've been grinding harder than usual to maintain deal flow. You know, it's interesting, Randy, that there is more inventory on the market for sure. And there are incrementally more sellers coming to market. So there's more sellers listing this year than last year, but there's more inventory on the market than there are new sellers, which tells us that things aren't selling as quickly, right? Interestingly enough, days on market, average days on market is more than doubled in the last 12 months, but median days on the market is only up a couple days. Like the median days on market is still under 2 weeks since MLS. So what does that tell us?
The ones that are overpriced are selling.
Yeah, if it's priced right and you look good, right? Price war beauty contest. If you price right and you look good, it sells in a week. We had a home sell in 5 hours yesterday. So the demand is still high. The market is still undersupplied. But buyers are a little spooked and they're a little suspicious of home values right now. So if you're working with buyers, I would say to my buyer, you know, are we in a shifting market? We're in a sideways market. I think it could go either way, right? I think it could go back to a more liquid market. I also think we could tank. And tanking, I think, would actually be healthier for our industry over the long term. When we talk to clients, we quickly try and like figure out what's their motivation and what is their mindset around the market. And one of the first questions that we ask our clients is this. When we're doing our initial consultation, like, what is your impression of the market right now? And it's so interesting, the spectrum of answers that we're getting from buyers right now. Some people feel like I can get a deal like I could get the Great Recession. Some people are saying, I realize I have to be rated right above off asking price and waive appraisal contingency and everything in between. But the very best thing you can do is get a pulse from your buyer and just say, what's your understanding of the market right now? Because if you don't know the assumptions that they're operating under, you're operating under one set of assumptions, but because we're experts, probably changes from neighborhood to neighborhood, price point to price point. We don't know where their assumptions are, what their expectations are. So you want to flush that out immediately. Otherwise, you could potentially be showing and writing failed offers for weeks until your buyer finally catches up with what you already know. Make sense? So we always ask, what is your understanding of the market? Because it tells us what kind of lifting and what kind of education to do before we get out in the field, so we're not wasting our time or theirs. And then they get frustrated and the whole experience sucks. So what are we doing differently? That's the first thing we're doing. The other thing is we're concentrating on listings. The second half of the year, we've sold more listings than buyers. And we're usually like 60 buyers, 40 listings. We've kind of flipped it in the last 6 months because if you know how to price a house, this business is still crazy easy. But if you don't have a motivated buyer, it's pretty tricky right now on the buy side.
These houses sitting on the market. I'm thinking, a nice market, one account.
Yep.
Places.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of condos sitting on the market.
Yeah, well, condos are going to start to lose. It's funny. Condos will always slip before single families do. And then typically what you'll see is the areas on the periphery that became in demand as the market got hotter and hotter, those will slip first as the buyer starts running to quality again and buying closer to like the more traditional neighborhoods. I didn't finish my thought. When you ask your client, what are your expectations? How they respond will tell you a lot about your showing strategy. So if somebody wants a deal or they can't afford, they've got champagne taste and a beer budget or whatever, which is every buyer ever. We typically will be like, okay, if you want a deal and you want to negotiate, we believe the best strategy is this. Median days on market is, I think, like 13 or 14 right now, maybe it's 15. We'll just say, as a strategy, let's not look at anything that's been on the market less than 2 weeks. Let's let the seller feel the pain and realize that their price was off and they're going to be in a more negotiable position and we're going to compete less. And when you do that, you compete less, you do less showings, and you get more of your offers accepted, and you look like a superhero because most agents are still, in some spaces, writing full price offers or pretty close to it.
In 2025, I was first one ever seeing 50 buyers. So
that's great. That's what everybody wants.
Right now, 80% of my pipeline's buyers.
So that's a really interesting point. Because a lot of buyers will just drag their feet and all of a sudden they get white hot and do a deal. And it kind of takes you by surprise. Well, that's the thing, right, guys? So let's talk about buyer urgency and conditions versus objection. What's the difference between a condition and an objection? That's exactly right, Tracy. Which is which? Right. Condition you can't change, but an objection you can. If a buyer says, I don't want to make it all, I don't want to buy because I want a deal and I think house prices will come down. Is that an objection or a condition? That's an objection. What about a buyer who says, I can't purchase until my divorce is complete and I have release of dowry? That's a condition. So the first thing we have to do is isolate whether somebody's story or their timeline is because of condition or because of objection. Typically, I would say 80% of the time it's an objection. Oftentimes, that objection is a consequence of misinformation, of someone that's misinformed or is making bad assumptions. Yeah, I think it is a mindset. Go ahead, I don't want to cut you off.
No.
Yeah, so I think I don't know enough about your buyers, but I believe pretty strongly in curiosity in the face of objections, and I also believe in cutting the shit. So these are two different strategies. The curiosity one is, and actually this is a great time to do it. You could call your clients before so we have like, what's today? The 9th? We have about a week before everybody switches off and focuses on family and Christmas shopping, right? So we have one more week. This would be a great week to call everybody that's active or is going to be active in the first quarter of next year before the peak season. And I would just say, hey, the holidays are coming. I just want to check in. And Um, and confirm that my timing matches yours, right? Because I don't want to come on too strong, but I also want to make sure I'm available and present when you are. I just want to go over before the holidays kick in, because sometimes I see deals during December, which is true. I just want to make sure I'm clear on what is it you're looking for, and what the ideal time frame is for you to make your transition. We could all have that conversation for the holidays, right? And then they're going to tell you what they're looking for, and you're just going to ask them, well, what's important about that. I mean, I think I know, but I don't want to make any gross assumptions. What's important to you about a 4-bedroom in Basin within 5 minutes of 71, whatever? Write it down. And then the second thing I would say is, and what's important to you about moving after the holidays, or moving during the spring, or moving before or after March 1st, whatever. Just be super curious. What's important to you? How'd you come up with that? And in that, you're going to find out whether it's a condition or whether it's an objection. And there's a lot of misunderstanding around when is the right time to buy. If you're looking for a deal, the best time to buy is between right now and February 28th. Period, full stop. That is when the best values are. And if sellers are a little more motivated, they're not getting the prices that they thought, you could potentially write an offer in between Christmas and New Year's and delay the closing for 60 days or even 90 days with a serious earnest money deposit, right? Like, there are ways to move your clients and help them feel the urgency of now, but still maintain some of their schedule. That makes sense? Yep. So let's talk about some other traditional timing. Like, when are the most motivated sellers on the market? Right now, and through like the end of February, right? So the most motivated sellers are on the market. When does buyer activity slow down the most? Right now. So if you have somebody that wants a good deal, when would be the right time to shop? When there's a lot of buyers and less motivated sellers, or when there are more motivated sellers and less competition? Yeah. So I would just talk to them, and they were like, well, our timing is a little bit flexible. Okay, here's the deal. No rush on my end, but if you want the best value that we can get you in the market, it's probably before it thaws out March 1st. Like, if you want to should we set a goal of getting you into a home, or at least have one under contract before February 28th?
Do you think this is 2026 is the year that it upticks?
I do. If we start seeing the market pick up a little
We're
bit.
gonna have more sales.
Yeah.
Every person that's been in, like, I follow Ricky Carlos on
Okay.
Facebook, and he said the same thing. So there's gonna be a rocket explosion as far as.
That would be great. I don't know that I buy that. I mean, none of us know the future, right? So good for him for putting that out there on social media, because there's probably 100% chance that you're wrong. Whenever you predict the future, you're wrong. But I do think, what are the trends? The things that have constricted inventory is higher interest rates, not enough supply, particularly and not enough supply is driven by two things. One, home builders haven't been building enough homes over the past 10 years, 15 years. And the second is because real estate has gotten so expensive, a lot of people have been staying put because they're just kind of trapped by their 3% 30-year fixed. Okay. Well, that's been going on since like 2020, right? And ultimately the pressure builds with people and they just have to move. And I think that's what drove the increase in inventory but the additional increase in listings that we saw, not a lot, but I think that's what was driving it. And every year it becomes more and more difficult for somebody who's experiencing life change to stay in a 30-year fixed in a home that's no longer right for their family. And I think we start seeing more of that next year. Yeah, it's growing pains. It also could be contracting pains, right? But there's a lot of, like, life happens. The 5 Ds, what are they? Diamonds, divorce, death, diapers. And I would also say dough. Like, if you get a promotion or you lose a job, that's also going to trigger. So there's like 5 of them. So those big changes in people's life, what was it? Dollars? Yeah, dollars. That's a better one than dough. Thank you. Dollars, like Celeste said. Those are triggers, and those triggers create pressure on somebody's living environment. And I think more and more people feel that pressure. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Say all that too. We're not in years of underwater market.
No.
Mortgages and all
No, we're
that.
not.
So I think when you kind of talk about, like, we're gonna feel pain or not, go back 10 years or 15 years, depending on the age of in real estate. Gone through these risks.
Yeah, that was
There's all
horrible.
perspective in all of this.
Yeah, that was terrible. Now, interestingly enough,
Yeah,
it was
it's terrible.
freaking horrible. Those were dark, dark years. Yep. But, and I don't want to, it's funny for all of us OGs that were selling real estate during the Great Recession. It's easy for us to be like, you guys are pansies. We had it so much harder. And it's true. It is true. It was harder, but it was a different kind of hard. It is numerically, there are as few transactions now as there were during the Great Recession. In fact, 2 years ago, there were less transactions than there were during the worst year of the Great Recession. 3.8 million transactions. The Great Recession never dropped below 4. Was that 3.9? Okay, 3.9. The point is, it never dropped below 4 in the Great Recession. It dropped below 4 2 years ago. So the number of transactions out there is tough right now. Now, it's a lot easier to do a deal today than it was during the Great Recession, but we are in a recession. Our industry has been in a recession now for 3 years. So, we may be for another year or 2. I don't know. It took us 4 years to get out of the worst of the Great Recession. That sucked. Yeah, typically real estate takes us out or takes us into or pulls us out of a recession. Yeah. Yep. And our country may not go into recession, right? So far, the Federal Reserve has kept us out of recessionary waters. But if you look at the data, a lot of the growth is concentrated in 1 or 2 industries. And if you factor that out, we're in recession. Yeah. And that's why the average consumer is feeling it. What's that?
I said, I think we're in a recession. It's just hard.
Well, I mean, technically, a recession is defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, and we're not from that definition. But if you factor out those industries, we are. Right, that's exactly right. So the net here is, assume we are in a recession, the average consumer is experiencing a recession right now. Yep, 100%. Yeah, and we're in a recession because there's so few transactions to go around right now. So you got 2 choices. You can suck it up or you can quit. And I choose to suck it up. Right, Randy? Absolutely. Yeah. We wouldn't be in this room if we weren't willing to suck it up and go forward. I know. God forbid. Who can imagine working for somebody else again? No, first of all, we're probably not political. Second of all, we're not, well, not there either. But, this industry still remains one of the greatest industries. It remains one of the industries that you're most rewarded by the effort that you're willing to put in and the skills that you're willing to build. And, in these, oh God, I'm hogging all of our time, Christine.
I love it.
In these moments, guys, there is less margin for inefficiencies and for bullshit. And so when you choose to grow in a market like this is where you take market share. This is where you build your strong base. And when we turn the corner, whether it's next year or 2 years from now, that is when your income and your life actually explodes with incrementally less work than you've put into it up until this time. The reason I'm sitting here right now is because during the Great Recession, I'll see if I can do this without tearing up. Nope. During the Great Recession, I burned the boat. I was not going back to fucking corporate America. And I made commitments to people in my life that I wasn't keeping. And I was waking up and realizing that the entitlement of the life I thought I had the right to live was nothing more than ego-driven assumptions. And you deserve nothing in this world. This world is not fair. And ultimately, it's our choice what kind of life we want to live. And the life that we live is determined by the actions we take or don't take consistently. And nowhere is that more true in our industry than when we're in a recession. So when you choose to take the right actions on a consistent basis with a ton of headwind, that is where careers are made. Standing, sitting, tearing up in front of you, because for 4 fucking years I sacrificed everything, including my family. I lived the life. So the choice is yours. And it all starts with how you choose to act every day.
So sorry, Randy, I took us on a long tangent.
Hey, no worries.
But everyone that's in this room is here because you're willing to take the action and you're willing to commit to this industry. If you're willing to do that, do it now and do it consistently. I'm telling you guys, whether it's a year from now or 2 years from now or 3 years from now, everyone in this room will see a massive surge in their incomes, their lifestyle, and their future and their possibilities. If you just do the dirty work now and know that the reward doesn't actually come in 2 or 3 years. You hear me, Chase? You've got a bright future, man. Don't jack it up, get frustrated with short-term results. Okay, I hogged 40 minutes of your time. I'm sorry about that. But thank you guys. I'm proud of all of you. And thank you, Kristen and Jenna. Nobody else who was there was you guys did an awesome job last night. Thank you very much. It was super fun. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Hey, don't slam me. I cheered up.
No, never. That was good though. I know, it's cranking up.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it go from 75 to 77. Right? Glasses in my bag.
You have to register. So, free. Thank you.
My papers out there. Because I was sitting with you. I don't know. This is gonna be fun because if we get to the point where we've got data that I'm supposed to share. You have no eyeballs on. I just realized that. So I may not see anything. How was that? How much do we love having them in here?
It was great. It
You
was great.
know, I mean, that was good stuff. I told him we were gonna talk market data. And he went I mean, that was great. I love that. That was really good. All right, bucket fills. Let's throw in some bucket fills. What do you got? What do you want to share? Peter, Christmas party. Yeah, that was fun. It was absolutely a good time. I had absolutely nothing to do with it also, so don't give me any love. I brought pens. So you could fill out. I had, if not for the pens that I brought, you guys would not have enjoyed that silent auction. Anyone else?
How did you do on the silent auction?
Oh, do we have a slide on that? We just get to announce it? Right over 3,000. So from 18 to 3 grand. And the year before that, we had even less. So each year we have been collecting more dollars. Yeah, that all works together, guys. Any more bucket fills before I move on? Yes.
So you just say out some informational data statistics of what
That was yours truly.
takes time
Mhm.
and effort on each part, but it's such a great thing to receive because it's a reminder of like what you got, what you need to do. And I got mine this year, just changed.
Thank you. You know what? I sent it to you whether you like the numbers or not.
Mine wasn't bad. I mean, mine was good. I like how you make some of the positives sound really positive.
Oh yeah, I'll relate it to the positive. Y'all know me. I appreciate that. I've got, I think I'm up to 70 agents now, 75, as far as how many I've done. Yeah, I still have more to go. If you've not received your personal production report and you want it, send me a text, then I will make sure you get the text.
Bucket fill, I don't think the show. Actually, I know, but I don't think she's figured it out. She's been absolutely amazing. And that comes a lot for me because I love CS title a lot. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to use CS title, but if you've not given Michelle a chance, give her a chance on your transactions. Because she has been nothing but amazing.
Great review.
Nothing but amazing. And I've given her 3 of the craziest closings that I've had in my 57 deals. And she's not deterred. She is not complaining.
We're talking about you.
She's not done anything. We got to do the pros on the wall. So, like, if you get a chance and want to try her out, she's amazing.
We had a closing with Michelle, and I think it was the noisiest closing.
I don't think they realize that.
There were so many people talking. I don't know how she handled it with such grace and did a fantastic job on my conception.
That's good to hear.
Jumping on with their chest.
Love that. Thank you, Michelle. Any other bucket fills before we move on?
I'll give you a bucket fill. It's been great with our business calls and keeping me motivated.
Nice, thank you.
On track, I guess.
You get to do them now too.
That's why I'm asking.
It's Maggie joins me. It's a monthly consultation, monthly call that we do where we focus on your goals.
Sometimes it's not even business goals. Like
Sometimes it's
really
not.
Whatever you want to talk about for 30 minutes.
Yeah, free
Sometimes
therapy.
it's 45 minutes.
It's great, like, I need accountability as time, so like, I have something to finish, and she texts me every single day until I finish it.
Yep.
So like, she's great to hold you accountable.
You just put do not disturb on.
And I'll do that for anybody. If there's anybody that's got like a massive goal and you need some assistance, just let me know. I'm here to help.
She's so good at following up on
Okay. All right. Let me know.
that. Every day.
Talk to me after. Yep.
Oh, I didn't.
Thank you. No, it's good. I love it. That's the stuff, you guys, that's like what drives me. That's the stuff that I love the most. As a matter of fact, with one of those conversations that I have each month was out of the top 5 agents in our office, 4 of them do this with me. So, and the only one that doesn't is the guy who just left. But I still send him his production reports and talk to him about his stuff. My point is, I have a couple times.
Define what you want from that.
Watching and helping and assisting the agent from here to here, whatever that is for you, that fills me up. I absolutely love that. And even having you think a little differently of what's important to you. Like this weekend, I got a text from one of those top agents that said, after our call on Friday, I'd never thought about XYZ until that call. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Let's please follow that path. And that was a life-changing aha, right? She just needed somebody else to hear what she was saying. And you say, wait a minute, have you ever thought about this? So it's just fun stuff. I love it. That's what I like about it. Thank you, Chad. Yeah, it's good stuff. Keep going. This is what I don't like about my job. This thing. Okay, we're gonna do data next meeting because right now we've got something exciting. That's a new one.
That one was too big.
Now she's got a little skinty suit.
Don't we
Stand
have-
up.
don't you need a new headshot then too, don't you?
So for those of you who've been wondering who's going to be our new Ohio broker,
And I said that. Who said? Who was that in the feedback that I said, you must be taking
hey!
Is that the requirement?
So Maggie is our new managing salesperson. We cannot officially call her managing broker as she still has to sit for the test, which she's getting ready to do, right? And so, You guys can hold her accountable and ask her when.
Kristen's got to test me every day. Yeah, I finished the classes. I just have to.
We're really, really excited about this. I think if any of you have worked with or gotten to know or had conversations with Maggie, you will know that not only is she a great human, but she's a powerhouse real estate agent and she doesn't take any crap. So that's kind of what you want to see in a broker, right? You want somebody who's going to go to the mat for you. Maggie's going to do it. She's also going to hold you accountable. If you call her and say, I'm submitting an offer, and she notices that you didn't fill out paragraph 3, she's not going to go, oh, that's great. She's going to fuss at you. Hey, bitch. Right? You're going to hold them accountable too.
Be sweet, but don't mistake us.
Exactly. Anything you want to share with us, Maggie?
I didn't know that is awesome. Sheila, I'll never forget it though, because I never knew that's how you pronounce it.
That's perfect.
That is.
We're really excited you're here.
It will be, so 3 days a week, so I can tell you guys my office hours. I'll send out like emails and stuff. Today is literally my first day. But my office hours are going to be from 8 to 12, Thursdays from 12 to 3, and Mondays from 9 to 11. So I may be in here outside of those hours, but that's when I'm happy to help you with whatever. Mondays 9 to 11, Tuesdays 8 to 12, Thursdays 12 to 3. I have an 8-year-old, so I'm a single mom, so I have to do my mom duties and all the things.
Yep.
So if you need me, call me. If I'm not here, I'll call you. I will say if you guys have any problems, especially me, that's what I also this especially first, so I can figure out what's going on. I did it. I have two numbers. The 513 number is the one you guys should use for me. It doesn't really matter. It's save me or it doesn't matter. I'll save you one number. But I was at this number and then I have
Depends on which ego you want. Right,
Yeah.
alter ego.
Yeah, if you want the professional one, call the 513. If you want, yeah, if you want.
Kilo Mag.
Kilo Mag.
Kilo Mag.
Kilo Mag.
Yes, and you put in 492-2998.
Yeah, 513-492-2998.
Can I have your address? I'm gonna start sending packages. Just have kilo all over it.
I tell like everybody's always like, because I that last name is butcher all the
Oh, for
Sure.
time.
Ah, everybody gets it.
And
Get
no
it?
one will forget it.
No.
No one will forget it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, we're really excited. And one of the things Maggie's going to work on with leadership is we're going to start having that video content for you guys to use, which we're really excited about. Very excited. Here's how you put together an offer.
Or different things. So like if you guys have a problem, there should be a video to help you kind of solve that. If there isn't, then I'll take one. But I'm all about sending videos of students because that's all.
Love it. Thank you, Maggie. Welcome, my friend. Holiday listing competition still going on. So November 1st through the 19th. Don't forget to report your numbers every Friday. This is stuff that Peter talked about. See you in Atlanta. Make sure you register. Ticket prices do increase in a few days on the 12th. So get in now before those prices go up. They're using their phones. I see a few. Working? All right. We have an ugly holiday sweater contest. I don't know why they have to be ugly. I think they're cute. Wear your best worst sweater on December 16th during our team meeting. That's when we'll go over the data that we were going to do today. Christmas cookie exchange, same day at noon. Bring your cookies. Chase, we're counting on you with that sugar cookie.
Sugar cookie. I want the
No, the sugar
chocolate
cookie.
chip, whatever it was.
Make them all.
It's a good one. Over the holidays, every December MAPS does this. It's a great opportunity. These are free MAPS coaching calls in December. I would definitely take advantage of this. This is some high level stuff during the month of December when everyone else is putting their feet up and shopping or doing whatever they do. Did you get it? Yeah. Decadent December, you've got that on your sheet. Hey, Craig, want to say hi? Hi. I know, Davis.
Davis just doesn't have the same.
So, I was thinking about a couple things, like I always like when Peter's in because it gives me stuff to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So, did you feel Peter's energy today?
Yeah.
You know, when you walk in a room, you feel people's energy and stuff. So, he was talking about social media. You know, when they scan your energy as a person, your energy is at its fullest when you're authentic. It's the highest energy form a person can have. So that's why I've been in multiple meetings with him when he tells the stories, and he moves to tears, and I'm gonna tell you, it breaks down a room, but it's awesome, right? Because it comes from the heart, it's authentic.
Yeah.
So as we're getting into social media and this AI stuff, one more, don't go out of your way to try to do something you're not comfortable with. Be authentic. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beautiful thing. The one thing when I work with Tara is Tara just shoots and records, and she doesn't even watch it.
Yeah.
She just puts it out there. So you're not second guessing yourself. You're just doing it, right?
Right.
So think about that. So that just kind of hit me today, and I think that's something a lot of us criticize ourselves too much. And you're fine. You're perfect the way you are, right?
Yeah, you
You
are.
also compare yourselves to people that have editing tools and everything else. Where if
Yeah,
you went
for sure.
back and watched their first videos that they did several years ago or months ago.
Right. You don't have
Experience.
Yeah.
You have to start.
Gotta start somewhere.
exactly.
But fingers not always there.
No, absolutely.
Don't always have to have a flash. Make a splash.
Biggest flash.
I mean, I just think that sometimes, just like you said.
Right. Yeah, people feel that, they see that, so use it. Anybody know what's going on kind of with rates right now? All right. So we went up about a quarter yesterday, market kind of flip-flop, right? So I got a free pass every day to Kings Island, I don't even have to buy. So that's kind of where we're at. We're with FHA, yeah, we're still in mid upper fives, low sixes. So what's happening right now? Does anybody know how much debt the average household has?
Ooh, I don't want to know. How much? Oh, that's
A little
not
over 20,000 in revolving debt is the average household. So what we're seeing right now is a spike in refinances, right? So everything that we're doing right now as a company is geared towards helping you guys grow market share. So I'm gonna go over a couple things that we're doing. Obviously, we have Agent Plus. Where you're able to get licenses as a loan officer and tap into that refi business. So we are working on AI for a couple things. AI is awesome, it's scary, and it's here, right? So we brought in AI, part of our underwriting system. We took a business owner that had 6 different businesses, and we taught our AI to calculate the business income. So with this, we'll be able to do pre-approvals on very difficult deals.
Oh, yeah.
Very quickly. Right now, we're at about 96% approval rating on it, so we want to get that up a little bit, so we don't have room for error. But it's pretty awesome stuff. So I've been doing this 24 years, and you get multiple tax returns, and I'll calculate it out. The underwriter says, I found something different than you did, right? So this will take that error out, and will probably reduce turn times overall.
Sure.
So that's one. We also made AI for our underwriting guidelines, so our loan officers can access that and get answers for you quicker, right? Now, here's where we're going to the next step. We want to help grow market share, and we want to help you create another revenue stream. So if you're a new agent, you haven't got your 5 units a year, let's get there. And then we'll create your second revenue stream, which is the mortgage side of things, right?
So you have to 5 units in a year.
Five by size, we can make an exception, but that's
Okay.
what our goal is. So once you know the real estate world, now we can tap into the mortgage world, right?
Okay.
And create additional revenue streams.
Is that
for
for
it.
Agent Plus?
That's for Agent Plus, right? So our AI that we're working on now, we're doing, we have 10 agents that we're working this with. We're using AI to mine your database. So we know based on certain criteria when someone's going to refinance or purchase based on what their interactions are.
Love that.
So this should be coming out probably next 90 days when I figure the beta test will be done. And this will be helping our Agent Plus, our agents grow market share.
Any agents in our region?
We'll have by January, we'll have 25 agents in our region, licensed Agent Pluses. Ryan Riddell's kind of leading the way right now. He's got teams that are getting involved. Ryan's actually, we'll finish up we gotta get this test done. But yeah, like, we've been pushing this for 3 years. We're way ahead of the curve where everybody else was. We figured out what was good, what's bad, and we're perfecting it. It's never gonna be perfect. It's mortgage and it's real estate, right?
Yeah.
Making it as good as it can be. And this is just where everything's kind of trending. So if you want to know more about it, I'm always available for it. And not here, usually another marketing center.
Can you explain, you're using AI to determine somebody's selling credibility by how much how their interactions are with you?
No, they will just
What
AI.
do you do with the agent?
There's trends that people do, and you can see, like, everything's tracked these days, right? You go on the internet, everything's tracked. So you can tell by certain things that people are looking that it's trending that they'll either be buying or they're looking to refinance or they're indicators. They're looking for information. So then basically the AI can say, hey, this is a person that you should be reaching out to. They're more than likely to be buying or selling or refinancing in the next 60 days.
Because they Google how to buy a house and.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we already, like, for our existing customers that we wrote mortgages for, one, I do an annual review with them every year. And it's not to sit there and say, hey, you've got a great rate, we're not going to do that. Does this mortgage still fit your needs? Well, I'm glad you called, Craig. I just got an offer letter to relocate to Georgia. And I need to know what my house is worth and try to evaluate everything. Good, let me call your real estate agent and get them to reach out and do market analysis for you right now.
Yeah.
Right? These are real conversations that I have. And this is stuff that happens when you follow up and say, the worst two people in the industry to follow up on their database. Number one is realtors, number two is loan officers. You work your ass off to get these people in your database, stay in front of them, right? So then the AI newsletters, we talked about that. That's a monthly, we are able to send out. But we're staying in front of our database all the time. Does it mean you're going to capture all that business? No. 20% of your database in any given 12-month period is going to refinance, purchase, or renovate their house. That's fact. Whether you get that, let's just say you got 10% of that database, you captured it from one or the other, what would that do to your income, right?
Right.
So that's kind of where things are. I mean, it's exciting stuff, and I think Fanny Reunion's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be amazing.
Full day. AI and social media, it's all integrated.
What day are you going down?
I'll be there the whole time. So I don't know.
I think we're
I
going to
do
try
run
it on
both.
Friday, off Saturday.
Oh, cool. Okay. So that's all I got. I didn't want to do turkey today. So we got baked potatoes, McAllister's.
I love McAllister's.
So,
Thank you. I love a good big potato.
It's not done yet.
Oh, it's not finished. There's more.
These are great for your car. These are notebooks.
Yes. I love that. I always keep one of those in my car. Thank you. Thank you, Craig. Oh, yeah. I have a whole bucket. Yes, of course. All the things you need, the sledgehammer. Yeah. Next week, when we have our team meeting, we have the cookie exchange. We've got the ugly Christmas sweater, but we'll also do some market data. We'll share some data. So you guys have to have conversations with your people. It'll be a good one. Class adjourned. Well, I need. Let's do that. Before we go grab a potato, what do you have? I need. Do you think you need to share?
Prefer Evanston, Madisonville, upcoming areas. Multi-family, what's there?
So she has a need, Jenna. It's a multi-family around. What else do you have? I need. Anybody? Listings, fires?
Must have 2 bedrooms. Very concentrated on specific house. She's a cash buyer, about 80,000, like woods. And one of the criteria is to have the same floor throughout the house. So. In her case, it's a condition.
Hey, it's my condition too. I totally understand that.
I'll have a 32 tomorrow. Probably in February. It'll be freshly recapped. And it's right on the bike trail.
Ooh, price range. Not sure.
250-ish.
Yeah, but it's not, it is a floodplain, but it's a once every 100-year graded.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Because it's so.
That's a great price point. for
What's
that
the
location.
square footage?
Small,
It's a float.
yes, it's on a slab, nice yard, backs up to the bike trail. It's just so quaint and cute. It's really, it's next to woods, which is next to like a playground. Because your woods last.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the flooring.
Is it outdated?
Whatever, at that price point, she's gonna get over it.
She might.
Nice. What else do we have? I need. Anybody? But once, twice, Randy, I will get on that project that we talked about before we started. Emily will get. All right. Good. Okay. Perfect. All right. Bring your taters in for your 12:30 class. May as well. Oh. Let's do it. Hey. Yes, grab a tater. Hi, Adrian. Bye, Adrian.